Hey everybody, I'm Chris.
And I'm Chris.
And we are Tripping with the Chris's. And today I have a special treat for you guys. This is our second session of cooking in the RV for you guys. And Chris is cooking and I'm going to be behind the camera. Stay tuned for stuffed meatloaf from my wife, Chris.
Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hey everybody, I'm Chris, one half of Tripping with the Chris's. Welcome to my tiny RV kitchen. We thought that it might be a good idea to do a little food segment about cooking in an RV. It is a challenge at times. We cook in the RV a lot. We also eat out a lot. But this was a fun little recipe I used to make in my house as well. And it's really easy to do. And it may look like a lot of ingredients, but it's not. It goes pretty quickly, so let's get started. First, I'm going to mix up. Oh, I guess I should tell you what this is. This is my stuffed meatloaf, and I'm going to cook it in an air fryer. So I'm going to start with usually about 1.5 pounds of meat. This is 1 3/4 pounds. And I think it'll be fine. I have 80-20, but if you like something a little leaner, go for it. That's the thing I like about some of these recipes is you can just modify them to your own taste and liking. If you want organic meat, you can do that. If you want to add onion, you can do that. So I've got the meat and 1 egg. It helps bind it. Goes right in there. I'm gluten-free, and if you've watched our channel, you probably already know that. So this is panko breadcrumbs that are gluten-free, and I'm going to use these to help bind the meat as well. This with the egg and the meat will make a good meatloaf base. So I could also crush up crackers if I wanted. When I was a little girl, my mom used to crush up saltines. And she never measured anything. She just kind of would crush and eyeball it. I'm going to put 3 tablespoons of panko breadcrumbs. Okay. And then I'm also going to add to taste black pepper. This is pretty coarse ground black pepper. You can grind it in if you have a grinder. I like a little basil. I'll just kind of shake some in there. This is all to taste. And some onion powder. And then I love this seasoning. I find it at Trader Joe's. It's 21 seasoning salute. All kinds of seasonings. I don't think it has salt in it though. There's no salt. So those of you that are avoiding salt, this is excellent. Just kind of shake some in there. And I am not avoiding salt, so I use a little bit of this Himalayan pink salt. And just a couple of pinches. You know, that's the beauty of meatloaf. You can put as much seasoning as you want in it or none at all. And a little splash of Worcestershire. Couple splashes. And that does it for the seasonings, which is most of the ingredients up here. I've washed my hands I'm gonna take my rings off. And I use my hands to mix it all up. This is going to make a pretty fat meatloaf. Okay. Once you have all that done, I need to clear a little space on my countertop here for some parchment paper. I use parchment paper, but you can use foil or butcher's paper. Start my own RV cooking show. Okay, so I'm gonna pull out enough that I can make like a little rectangle and flatten this out. I will flatten it out to about a little over 1/2 inch, maybe about a 1/2 inch thick. Gosh, if you can get your meat to room temperature before you do this, it would be even better. It's so cold, it's kind of hard to press out. But at room temp, it's a lot more malleable. I used to make this for my kids. It was a way to get them to eat broccoli, although they loved broccoli, so. But it's a good way to slip in some veggies if you have a picky spouse, picky kids. Okay. Okay, once you get it flattened out, I try to make as much of a rectangle as possible, but I think this will be a good size. I'm going to spread some broccoli on it, and this is broccoli florets, so it's a little bit bigger, but you can use chopped broccoli for smaller pieces. I just use whatever I have in the freezer, and this is what I bought last time. I don't buy anything special for it, it's just whatever I have. So I take some of the smaller pieces and lay them out. You can see why chopped broccoli might work a little easier. And it's okay that it's frozen. It won't hurt the cooking at all. If you're making this for 2, you'll probably have leftovers, but you can make it for a family. I think that's going to be good on the broccoli. You can put as much or as little as you care to. Okay. After that, we're just going to add some cheese. Now I grind up my own cheese, or shred my own cheese. I buy a block of yellow cheese. I prefer Tillamook from Costco, but if I'm at the grocery and I need it, save the time, I'll just buy whatever they have, and then shred it up and bag it. It's so much better for you, and actually it's a lot cheaper. So I'll just kind of put this over broccoli, and I'm just putting what I like. You know, I like it to ooze out when I cut it open after it's cooked. You could even put some on top after if you want at the very end and brown it. Alright, I think that's good. That's plenty. Okay, so now I'm going to try rolling it up. Let's see which way. I need to go this way. This part is a little bit longer, and this is the pan I'm using, so I want it to be able to fit in here lengthwise. I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to spray this pan. This can be a little tricky. There's a lot of mashing along the way. Just take your time. So you're making a log with it. And it's all sealed. Pretty much I have a broccoli stem poking through. Okay. Now I'm going to spray this pan. I use a misto. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but you put regular olive oil or avocado oil in it. Instead of using Pam, which isn't so good for you, we use this. And you just fill it up. I filled it up about halfway. And then when you tighten the cap, you pump with the outer cap until it gets tight. Then you've built up the pressure, and you can spray your pan. Kind of works like Pam, but so much better for you. I've got avocado oil in mine. It's what we use mostly. Okay, now try and get this baby in this pan, and that's going to be the trick. The paper's already starting to tear. And you gotta work pretty quickly because it starts to break. It's okay if it does, the meat will cook up around it. And there you go. We're all in. Air fryer needs to be preheated to 350 before this goes in. I'm going to bake it at 25 minutes, but I'm just going to preheat it right now for about 5 minutes. So now it's ready. We're going to put the meat in at 350, the meatloaf in at 350 and cook it for 25 minutes. I take my lid off, and I'm going to use my hot gloves to slip it in there because I don't want to burn myself on the inside. Setting it in there. Put the lid back on. And see you in 25 minutes. Hey you guys, we're back. The air fryer stopped, so our 25 minutes is up. So I'm gonna check it and see how we're looking. So I'm gonna put the meat probe in and check the temp. And let's see, I'm trying to get around the center. It's like on 120-ish there. Over here. 110 maybe, 109. And then over here. So I'm going to put the topping on, which is just plain old ketchup. I try to buy ketchup that's no high fructose corn syrup. maybe you don't care. I don't know. So just kind of squirt it on there. And then a little brush, kind of brush it around, cover it up. And then I'm going to put it back in there for about 3 to 5 more minutes. Same temp, 350, air fry. All right, you guys, this is it. I think we're done. Let's check it. Got the meat probe, sticking her in, and yep, we hit the mark. Let's check this side. And we hit the mark. I think we're good. Whew. There we go. We're good. So that is it. I'm going to pull it out. Okay guys, I'm going to lift this out. You can see there's some grease there on top. Set it on a trivet. Okay, I'm going to pour a little bit of this grease out. That's from the cheese and the meat. Like I said, if you get a 90-10, you're not going to have near as much oil. And I use cheddar cheese. You can use any kind of cheese you like. Munster, Swiss, Jack, cheddar Jack. All right. Let's cut into it. You could dump it out if you wanted to. Need another utensil. See if I can get this thing out of here. And there we have our stuffed meatloaf. So you can put more cheese on it if you like. You can put more ketchup on it if you like. You can have thinner slices. There's so much more you can do. So there is our stuffed meatloaf in the air fryer. Easy peasy. It may seem like it took me a while to put all that together, but it doesn't really. It's just I went slow because I'm talking, but it's really, really fast. I used to make it for my kids on a quick dinner night. It's really, really easy, y'all. All right, you guys, so that wraps it up. And if you like this kind of video and you want to see more, leave me a comment. I'd love to do more, but I need to hear from you. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all come back now and watch Trippin' with the Chris's. Be kind. Bye.